forecast. News 18. Weather from where you live.
All right, some severe weather risk ahead. We've got one storm or a little cluster of storms that'll dive southeastward. May bring some severe weather risk tomorrow afternoon into tomorrow evening. And then another little cluster comes in tomorrow night, but it will tend to kind of fall apart once it really gets into the area. And then Sunday, some severe weather potential, as well as Tuesday and Thursday of next week with dry time in between. The warmth is building northward now, and there's a warm front kind of draped like this, and we're going to see severe weather in this zone continue to develop. This cluster of storms will dive southeastward and then gradually weaken, but on its tail end, we may form a little cluster of storms or a supercell storm tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening, that then rides the warm front right into the area. So that said, tomorrow morning, you're fine to mow at midday, but at some point afternoon, evening, we got to watch for some of those storms, or a storm that drops south out of the Chicago and Rockford areas, and then perhaps a shower early Friday morning. Then you're okay. The only fly in the ointment would be a couple of storms in the north in the afternoon and evening. That's why there's a yellow there. Lows tonight near 50 to the mid-50s, followed by a high tomorrow up around 80 degrees. Partly cloudy skies, any patchy fog burns off in the morning, and then a few storms again later on in the day. 84 Covington, 80 Lafayette, 83 Kentland, but only 74 Rochester. So obviously there's a little front draped here, and that will be the road or the railroad that a couple storms could ride upon tomorrow. So that's why there's a slight risk of severe weather from Monon, Logansport, and Rochester down to Kokomo. Also includes Rensselaer, marginal risk at Lafayette. Scattered severe yellow, isolated severe weather risk, and green. And this goes into tomorrow night as well. Now, beyond that, Friday, much of the area dries out. There will be a couple storms in the north with that high temperature rising to 84, winds out of the southwest. But again, in the north, there may be a storm or two because check out the boundary, 80 south, 70s north, and only 69 at Rensselaer. And there's isolated severe weather risk on Friday in the north, too. Marginal risk of severe weather in that area. And it gets humid. Check out the dew points rising on Friday into the 60s. They're in the mid to upper 60s right into the weekend. So it starts to get humid and pretty muggy as well. So here we go. We watch for that cluster of storms right there to ride southward tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening, then a break. Then a few more storms may kind of zip by tomorrow night. And then after that, we watch for severe weather risk on Sunday. 70 forecast, normal high 73. 87 Saturday, will be in the 80s on Sunday, 80 on Monday, and the 80s on Tuesday as well.
You'll be glued to the computer tomorrow afternoon for sure. Okay, Chad, thank you very much.
Purdue football team looking to the